Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Shashank Ranjan, and I welcome you all to the daily current affairs show from National Defense Institute. The current affairs show from NDI is taken from the NDI website www.nationaldefenseinstitute.in, where current affairs is daily posted. You can find the link of the website in the description box below. Ladies and gentlemen, NDI is a leading institute of India that prepares you for all India Sainik School examination, NDA, CDS, CAPF, AFCAT, till the SSB, where we believe in holding your hand till you get those stars on your shoulder and emblem on your head. Ladies and gentlemen, let's begin the discussion for the day. So we brought forward to you 10 most important articles from the news today. The first article is NEET 3.0. Union Education Minister, Mr. Dharmendra Pradhan launched NEET 3.0, a single platform to provide best developed ed-tech solution and courses to students of the country. Today, during this COVID time, the students are dependent upon the online education. There are various ed tech platforms like Byju's, like we have Lido Learning. We have many other edutech platform that's there into the market, and all these are the private run applications where all these applications charge a lot of money from the students. Okay, now so they claim to provide a very high quality education, but it is also the responsibility of government to bring forward such applications which could actually provide the economically backward or economically weaker section of these students the access to internet based edutech platforms. And in this direction, Mr. Dharmendra Pradhan, who is the Union Education Minister, has recently launched this application called NEET 3.0. Okay. Dharmendra Pradhan said that NEET will be a game changer in bridging the digital divide, especially among the economically disadvantaged student, and also in fulfilling the knowledge-based requirement of India and the world. The National Education Alliance for Technology, NEET, is an initiative to provide the use of best developed technological solutions in the education sector to enhance the employability of the youth on a single platform for learners' convenience. These solutions use artificial intelligence for a personalized and customized learning experience for better learning outcomes and skill development in niche areas. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the same thing is used by YouTube. You know, when you watch a video, the data is actually recorded. So YouTube has its own AI, its own artificial intelligence, where it kind of remembers like what kind of data are you consuming as a consumer, the kind of videos that you are watching. So it will keep recommending you the same kind of video. Similarly, NEET platform is also based on the same technology, where if you are learning, for example, you are learning geography and you keep watching geography related video, the next video that would be suggested to you will not be based on science, rather it would be based on geography. So it's a AI based platform, a revolutionary thing that the government has come up with to bridge the gap, bridge the digital divide between those who are economically blessed and those who are economically poor in our society. Okay. The NEET platform offers hundreds of courses and e-resources for bettering education outcomes, developing employable skills, and outcoming learning loss. The minister expressed his happiness that more than 12 lakh socially and economically disadvantaged students will receive free EdTech course coupons worth rupees 253 crores under NEET 3.0. Okay. So, so the question, it may come in an exam related to NEET 3.0, first thing you must know what is the full form of NEET. So NEET full form is National Educational Alliance for Technology. This is the full form. Now this is important. Next, you must know that this is a EdTech platform which has been launched by the Government of India, Ministry of Education, to provide the economically disadvantaged part of our society, the economically disadvantaged student, with the digital free digital education. Okay. All right, let's move to the next topic. Now we have IHU variant of COVID-19. So even as the Omicron variant of coronavirus continues to infect people in large numbers across the world, news about the emergence of another highly mutated variant spread rapidly on January 4, 2022, raising fears of yet another wave of infection. So you have something called IHU variant of coronavirus. This variant, that is B.1.640, has been found mostly in France so far, although it has also been detected in several other countries. The variant was reported to have 46 mutations, including some in the spike protein. The B.1.640 variant is not new. It has been around for at least 3 months. The sudden discussion around it was triggered by the circulation of a week-old study by researchers from the Mediterranean infections in Marseille, part of France Institutus Hospitalo Universitaris, IHU, or University Hospital Institute. Okay, so in the University Hospital Institute, which is an institute, it came out with a research a week ago, where the study reports that the detection of the new variant in November last year among the 12 people living in the same geographical area of southeastern France. The first one of which had returned from a trip to Cameroon. The IHU variant that the researcher mentioned is B.1.640, which according to the global databases was first discovered way back in January last year. The one that French researcher found among the people in November has now been classified as the sub-lineage of B.1.640.2. While the large number of significant mutations in the variant has attracted the interest of researchers and raised concern among the public, the B.1.640 is not spreading at the rate that is unnerving. It is certainly not as alarming as the spread of Omicron, but then important thing for us to know is that this is also a variant that's present in the world, and look at the way in which the coronavirus has been doing its mutation. So it has been mutating, changing itself, and bringing trouble in the life of general public. Right. So the next we have is Omicron. The Indian Council of Medical Research, ICMR, has approved a testing kit for detecting the Omicron variants of SARS-CoV-2. The kit is manufactured by Tata Medical and Diagnostic and is named Omicron. Now, this name is important from exams perspective. They may give you this name that what is Omicron. So they may give you various options. You must be able to select that Omicron is a Omicron variant of coronavirus detection kit. Okay. So that's the only thing you are expected to know. The kit will be used to confirm Omicron in patients with S gene target failure strategy. The kit currently in use to detect Omicron in India has been developed by US-based scientific instrumentation company Thermo Fisher. It too uses SGTF strategy to detect the variant. Okay, now let's move to the next news article that we have in front of us. That is Sindhu Tai Sapkal. Sindhu Tai was a renowned social worker, fondly known as orphan children's mother. She died following a heart attack. So she died today. And Sapkal, who had received the Padma Shri last year, had completed 74 years in November. Born on November 14. Look at her birthday. That's on Children's Day, right? So born on November 14, 1948 in Wardha district of Maharashtra. So Wardha district comes very close to Nagpur. It's close to Nagpur. It's in the Vidarbha region of Maharashtra. Okay. Sabkal was forced to drop out of school after she had passed class 4. Sabkal, who grew up in extreme poverty, went on to set up industries for orphan children. Having raised over 1,050 orphan children, she could boost to having 207 son-in-laws and 36 daughter-in-laws. Okay, so she is no more, and she was a Padma Shri awardee, a very good social reformer of India. Okay, let's come to the next news article, that is Nai Talim. Addressing the Silver Jubilee celebration of Mahatma Gandhi's International Hindi University, Wardha, the Vice President of India, Sri Venkaiah Naidu, recalled that Nai Talim, proposed by Mahatma Gandhi in Wardha in 1937, laid emphasis on making mother tongue as the medium of instruction, in addition to free compulsory education and skill training to the students. Okay, so during this time, there were a lot of education reforms that were brought by British, but then the Indian Indian freedom fighters or the social reformers at that point of time were actually advocating for having the regional language for the education. Okay, because see, Britishers definitely wanted English to be a language because they wanted to make use of the people who are getting educated so that they could work in British office and British could use them as their own staffs. They had no intention of giving a proper education so that they become a good person in themselves. They had no motivation of that. Rather, they just wanted to make them capable enough so as they could work as clerks in the office of under the British officers. Okay, but the Indian freedom fighters and Indian social reformers, they were advocating for having the regional language as the medium of education. Okay, now the function of Nai Talim is not merely to teach an occupation, but through it to develop the whole man. So this is what Gandhiji said. Okay, about Nai Talim is a concept of basic education system by Mahatma Gandhi. Basic education is a principle which states that knowledge and work are not separate. Mahatma Gandhi promoted an educational curriculum with the same name based on this pedagogical principle. The three principles of Gandhiji's pedagogy were its focus on lifelong character of education, its social character, and its form as a holistic process. For Gandhi, education is the moral development of person, a process that is by definition lifelong. Okay, let's move to the next article, that is Automatic Generation Control, AGC. Union Minister of Power dedicated Automatic Generation Control, AGC, to the nation. Now, what is this Automatic Generation Control? Okay, now automatic generation control is expected to facilitate achieving the government's ambitious target of 500 gigawatts of non-fossil fuel-based generation capacity by 2030. So this is something which India promised to the world, that 40% of the power that India will be using in 2030 will actually be non-fossil fuel-based. So moving in the same direction where India sets its target of 500 gigawatts, out of which 200 gigawatts India has decided to use solar as the source of energy. The 500 gigawatt setup, in this direction, AGC is going to help the government to achieve this ambitious target. Okay, now AGC is being operated by Power System Operation Corporation, POSOCO, through the National Load Dispatch Center. Through AGC, the National Load Dispatch Center sends signal to more than 50 power plants in the country every 4 seconds to maintain the frequency and reliability of the Indian power system. This will ensure more efficient and automatic frequency control for handling variable and intermittent renewable generation. Sri R.K. Singh, who released a report titled Assessment of Inertia in the Indian Power System, which has been prepared by POSOCO in collaboration with IIT Bombay. Okay. Power System Operation Corporation, that is POSOCO. POSOCO Day is celebrated on 3rd January to commemorate its independent functioning that began on 3rd January 2017 under Ministry of Power as one of the Power PSU after separating it from the Power Grid as a subsidiary organization. Now see, Power Grid was the only organization in India that looked after all the power supply across the country. But POSOCO was separated in 2017. Okay. This is responsible to ensure integrated operation of the grid in a reliable, efficient, and secure manner. It consists of 5 regional load dispatch center, RLDCs, and National Load Dispatch Center, NLDC. Okay. So there is a regional load dispatch center. There is a national load dispatch center. All the, you know, when you look at the poles that's near your house where the power line comes and goes, each pole, each wire is actually connected across the world, across India. Okay, if you start touching the tire, you can reach up to Jammu and Kashmir if you want. Each and every these wires that you see at your home is actually connected across India. Okay, and everything was taken care earlier by Power Grid, and recently this POSCO had come out in 2017 out of it, and POSCO was responsible for these kind of looking into the reliable, efficient, and secure supply of the power. Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the important thing here was about AGC. Now, the automatic power generation control is very important, especially when it comes to the non-fossil fuel production. Why? Because when we do a production by using fossil fuel, okay, when we do a production using fossil fuel, for example, we are using coal. Now, in case of coal, we burn coal. Okay, combustion of coal takes place. The water is there. This water gets heated up in the boiler, and this gets converted into steam. The steam flows at a very, very high speed, and then ultimately it rotates the blade of the turbine. So when the turbine's blade rotates, then the power generation takes place. Okay, power generation takes place because of the rotation of the turbine's blade. Okay, so this is how the energy is formed. But this source of energy will be supplying a constant energy. Okay. But when it comes to non-fossil fuels, for example, we use sun energy from sunlight. Okay. Now the solar power that we are using will not be providing a constant energy, right? In the morning, definitely the energy will be less. In the afternoon, the energy will be highest. In the evening, again, the energy will be less. In the night, energy will be zero. Correct. But if such a thing happen, will there not be a fluctuation in electricity? Will there not be a fluctuation in supply of electricity? There will be. Therefore, a frequent adjustment of frequency has to take place. Now, this frequent adjustment of frequency which has to take place is taken care by automatic generation control. Okay, this AGC, it tries to stabilize this change in frequency that keeps happening. Now, AGC automatically after 4 seconds, it sends signal to different production units that how much should be the frequency. A common frequency is supplied through the wire. So AGC is a wonderful technology that keeps fluctuation of the current into stability. So I hope this thing is clear to you, and thereby it will promote the production of non-fossil fuel based energy in our country. Okay, now let's move to the next article, that is project in the Northeast. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated 13 projects around rupees 1,850 crores and laid the foundation stone of 9 projects worth around rupees 2,950 crore in Imphal, Manipur. In Manipur, Prime Minister inaugurated the steel bridge built over Barak River on NS37. Okay, so over Barak River, you have NW6, National Waterway 6, and you have NS37 at a cost of rupees 75 crore, which would decongest the traffic between Silchar and Imphal. So Silchar is in Assam, a very, very important place, and Imphal is in Manipur. Okay. So these two places are very important. They're connected, especially if you see the engineering college, which is in Silchar, that is NIT Silchar. This is a very, very prominent institute of India, whereas there is NIT Manipur in Imphal. Okay. NIT Manipur in Imphal. But see, for the placements and all, these two NITs are actually connected with each other. Although the students are here, but most of the big companies, they come to NIT Silchar and they do not go to NIT Manipur. So even the student has to move here. So there is, I mean, by this example, I just want to tell you that there is a lot of people moving across the Barak River to reach Silchar. The new steel bridge that has been inaugurated will try to decongest and reduce the time that the traveling between the two places takes. So Prime Minister inaugurated 280 crore worth water transmission system of Thobal multi-purpose project, which will provide drinking water supply to Imphal city. Now, this could be a question in your exam, ladies and gentlemen, that Thobal multi-purpose project has been inaugurated in which state? Okay. Okay. He inaugurated 200 bedded COVID hospital at Kiamgai, which has been set up at a cost of 37 crore in collaboration with DRDO. They inaugurated 3 projects under Imphal Smart City Mission, developed at a cost of more than 170 crores, including the Integrated Command and Control Center, ICCC, the development of Western Riverfront on Imphal River Phase 1, and development of Mall Road at Thangal Bazaar in Phase 1. These are all the projects. Okay. Now, Western Riverfront Imphal over Imphal River will attract a lot of tourists. So, basically, see, development in the Northeast region is very, very important, especially when you have these kind of separatist element who are present there, the insurgents who are present there. It is very important that we develop the area so that there is a confidence building measure comes into action, and people gain this confidence in the government. So the people who are being brainwashed by the local insurgent group, now those people must look at India as their own country and see that we are doing good for them, and to have that kind of, to build that kind of confidence in the people's mind, these kind of projects are very, very important. Okay, so that's the main motto of bringing development in the Northeast region. All right. Also, ladies and gentlemen, see, all these insurgent group or all these people who join these insurgent group are actually not educated. To bring in education, to bring in employment of the youth, these kind of development actually gives an impetus to the further economic development in the area. If you start growing tourism in the area, the local shops will start growing automatically. When the local shops start coming automatically, the employment in the area increases. When the employment in the area increases, better education facility could be, everyone would give better education facility to their kids. They will get, kids will get motivated to get educated. Then there would be better healthcare facilities, a better development, a holistic development in the area will take place. Therefore, these projects are nothing but a spearhead, a kind of an impetus which is given, and the trickle down effect of the economy happens here, and thereby the development starts blooming in the area. Okay, let's talk about the next news article that we have in front of us, which is gold import by India. India spent a record $55.7 billion on gold import in 2021, buying more than double the previous year's tonnage as the price drop favored retail buyers and pent-up demand emerged for weddings that were delayed when the pandemic first hit. So since the various weddings were, kept for the next year because there was pandemic last year, so a lot of 55 $1.7 billion gold was imported into India. Details of the world's second biggest consuming nation's soaring import were disclosed to the Reuters by a senior government official who requested an anonymity. The 2021 gold import bill easily doubled the $22 billion spent in 2020 and surpassed the previous high set in 2011 of $53.9 million, according to the officials who tracks broad import trends. In volume, India imported 1,050 tons in 2021, most in the decade, and far more than 430 tons imported in 2020, the official said. Last year, demand was robust as lots of weddings were postponed to 2021 from 2020 because of the coronavirus outbreak. Okay, next is MAC, that is Multi-Agency Center. The union government has asked the state to share more intelligence input through the Multi-Agency Center MAC, a common counter-terrorism grid under the Intelligence Bureau IB that was made operational in 2001 following the Kargil War. So from the MAC is a group which collects intelligence from all the different sources, the state police, the CAPFs, the army deployed in the area. So all these groups can come together and the Intelligence Bureau which is there. So all these groups can come together and provide a common intelligence input, whatever they have, in a single platform. So for that, MAC is there. Okay. At the high-level meeting, Union Minister Amit Shah asked the Director General of Police to share the adequate information and actionable input from the MAC. As many as 28 organizations, including RAW, Armed Forces, State Police, are the part of platform. Various security agencies share real-time intelligence input on the MAC. IB had informed the committee that all organizations that are in any way involved in the counter-terrorism efforts are the member of the center. All states have a subsidiary multi-agency center, SMAC, located in their capitals. Okay, next news that we have is CSIR, National Physical Laboratory, NPL. Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh launched the Platinum Jubilee celebration of CSIR, National Physical Laboratory, New Delhi, which is one of the earliest CSIR laboratories that was set up around the time of independence, and its 75th year coincides with the 75th year of India's independence. The CSIR, National Physical Laboratory of India, is situated in New Delhi, is the measurement standards laboratory of India. It maintains standards of SI unit in India and calibrates the national standards of weights and measures. Okay, so the it maintains the standards of SI unit in India. So we know that the SI units are the base that's provided by the world, but SI unit in India is maintained by CSIR. It calibrates the national standards of weight and measurement. So whatever is the national standard of weight and measurement is calibrated by this agency. It was one of the earliest national laboratories set up under the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, CSIR. Jawaharlal Nehru laid the foundation stone of NPL on 4th January 1947. K.S. Krishnan was the first director of the laboratory. Bharatiya Nirdeshak Dravya B&D on Indian reference materials were reference materials developed by NPL, which derive their traceability from the national standards. All right. Important information, LED Photometry Laboratory. The minister also dedicated to the nation the LED Photometry Laboratory at CSIR, National Physical Laboratory, New Delhi, to fulfill Prime Minister Narendra Modi's vision to develop energy efficient illumination technology. This national level facility would contribute to making India Atmanirbhar in apex level calibration and testing of LED lighting products. They will not only save, it will not only save the foreign exchange is spent on availing the testing and calibration services from abroad, but also significantly reduce turnaround time. So LED photometry laboratory is also very important. So the thing is that, see, from our exams perspective, what is important is you know about CSIR lab, that about the NPL, which is the part of CSIR, and LED photometry lab, which is also part of CSIR in India. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, these were the 10 most important current affairs articles that we had today to discuss. And if you have any doubts, you have any questions you want to ask, you can always post it in the comment box below. You can visit our academy's website, www.nationaldefenseinstitute.in, and connect with us on the contact number given. We will shortly clear any kind of doubts and queries that you have. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We'll meet tomorrow with the new news articles. Have a wonderful day, all of you.